All right, guys, so today I want to take you through different progressions of the pigeon drill. A lot of times people ask me like how I work with different athletes and kind of where do you start someone, where do you progress someone. So I'm going to start at the very basic level and then kind of work my way up. So all these drills can be done on the floor. So for someone that's got really bad ability to get in the piriformis hips, you can start on the floor. Every drill can be done there, and then I like the box just because I can use it to create leverage, create more tension, and then I'm able to create better results as far as what I feel. So first progression, a lot of times what I see when people do pigeon is they say, oh, I have to have it perpendicular to my body. Not the case. So if you're feeling anything in your knee, you want to bring your heel back to you. Goal on any of these drills, the foundation is the fact that my knee and ankle, I want to imagine it's on a scale. I'm pushing through the box. And then I want to imagine I'm pushing through the box and I'm dragging my knee back on the box, but it's not moving, okay? A lot of times also what I see is people tend to go into this drill and they're very passive, which means basically you're not activating all your muscles and kind of benefiting from using everything to create more stretch and start to actually train the muscle better. So I'm going to use my back knee on here. What I want to think about is I want to drive my back knee into the box. So I'm trying to come into a tucked position. Pushing the knee ankle through the box. And some people might not even be able to come all the way down to the box. So what I typically do is I'll have clients come into the stretch as much as they can handle. I want to imagine there's a ball here. So all we're doing is keeping my right hip neutral, keeping that glute active, just starting to move around. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. I call it hip capsule play. Basically what we're doing is starting to get the joint ready to work it better. So a lot of times we need to wake it up and just kind of get everything moving in that area, especially for clients that can't move that well. So a lot of times I'll do 20, 30 seconds aside, start to get things loosened up. Then I'll go move people and come back to the second drill. So the second drill on here is I want to push through the box again. I want good tuck. On all these drills, most people tend to be in this extension position. So I want my pelvis neutral. I want to imagine my ribs are fastened down. And then I want my shoulders depressed. I don't want to be in the traps. I don't want to be extending through the spine or the ribs. And then I want to think about where my head is, so I'm always in a good neutral position. So next one I'll have people do is I want you to imagine I'm basically coming to the 3 spots on the box. So I'm keeping good tuck, shoulders depressed, ribs down. Just starting to come into the box. Kind of tighten everything back up. And then on this, what I'll do is have guys go maybe 3 to 5 rounds aside, basically just kind of getting everything moving. So third drill, we're going to kind of take what we just did, but start to ramp up the tension a little bit more. So knees on the box, I want a good tuck. I like to use the end of the box to help me create a point of tension, keeping my ribs down. I want to think about pushing my knee through the box, dragging back, so my butt's coming this way. And then I want to push-ups, keeping shoulders depressed, almost like I'm trying to pull myself long, come up, and then I want to think strong plank. So my shoulders depressed, ribs down, head back, coming nice and long on here. A lot of times what I'll have clients do on this one is maybe do 7 to 10 reps aside, switch sides, get everything going. So fourth drill on here, we're gonna do same thing we just did. So I'm gonna think about drive through the scale. I want a good tuck. Good, I want my pelvis nice and neutral. I wanna think about shoulders down, ribs to pelvis, and then I wanna ramp up tension. So a few things I'm thinking about. I'm basically trying to rip through the box, and I want to imagine I'm squeezing towels under my armpits. Then I want to think ribs to pelvis. I'm trying to drive my right knee through the box, and my left knee through the box and dragging it back. So it's a lot of stuff to think about. I'm gonna ramp up tension, 10, 15 seconds, kind of relax, and then we're gonna go round 2. A lot of times on this one, I'll have guys basically do like 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 15 seconds, switch sides. All right, so the next one we're gonna do is called the airplane drill. So 2 things we wanna focus in on this one. So same setup as the last one, only we're gonna start to float the hands. So sometimes guys need the hands to come down and then they can kind of lift when they come back up. So what we wanna do on this is I want good tuck, knee, ankle through the scale, dragging that left knee back. I want hands out like I've got 2 posts pushing into the floor. The reason for the posts pushing into the floor is I don't want to come up in my traps. I want my ribs to pelvis, head's good neutral position. I want to continue to push into the floor even as I come down on here. And then I want to think about when I come up that I'm pushing really hard through my knee, and then I want to end with a good tuck. Probably feel some good stretch through here, trying to open up this hip and then stay out of the traps. So I'm coming down, nice and strong at the top. So once again, a lot of times I'll have clients do maybe 7 to 10 reps a side on that, and then we'll kind of go on to something else. So for any of you guys kind of starting to bring this into your workouts, just kind of feel out where you're at and what you need. I think too often we think we're at level 7 when really we need to belong at level 2. And if we don't work our way up from a foundational level, there's holes in our armor. So making sure you kind of start where you need to start, check your ego, and just kind of work on what you need from a foundational level so that you can step it up appropriately. All right, so last one on here, we're gonna do an airplane, and then we're gonna bring some rotation into it. So same setup as last drill. I wanna think about really tuck, drive that right knee through the box, left knee ankle through the scale. I'm trying to drag my left knee down. I'm gonna come down. I wanna come up in that strong position. A lot of times people be in this extended position through the spine, and then we're rotating just through the back. So if I come up nice and tall, and then I rotate, I shouldn't be able to move my lower body. So this leg is pushing down and my upper body is rotating on it. So you think about like a sponge. This hand doesn't move. I want to rotate the top part, which is what we're doing. So we're gonna ramp it up, coming down. Same thing as the last drill. Rather than the poles here, I want them here. So my shoulders stay depressed, ribs down, good tuck. This knee doesn't move, and I'm creating some rotation. Ramp that tension up, staying out of the traps, coming up, nice and strong, ribs down, right knee drives through the box, shoulders down. I'm gonna rotate, and then I wanna try to reach. This shoulder, I should not be in the front of the shoulder, so I wanna think shoulder stays down as I open up, and this arm's trying to reach across the room. Once again, it's another one I like to have guys maybe do 7, 10 reps a side. But here's some good progressions. Give these a shot. Let me know what you think. But this is a great way, whether it's for clients or for yourself, to start to kind of build on strength when it comes to pigeon.